Right folk, welcome back to another video beer review. Again, joined by
James of Rampant Lion Reviews.
And today we have a beer from Cloudwater. I never normally have a Cloudwater beer because I tend to ban them in my house. But it was one that was left over from the bottle share. And it is Nothing to Explain. There we are, a dry hopped barley wine, bourbon barrel aged barley wine with laurel and sabro, 9.3% ABV. 375ml bottle. This is one off. A lightly dry hop barrel aged barley wine. This blend of barley wines has been aged in bourbon barrels before the addition of laurel and sabro. The inclusion of sabro accentuates the flavours of oak and coconut, while laurel emphasises the citrus and orange notes, creating a smooth and characterful beer made with time and love at Cloudwater. Cloudwater Brewing Company.
It's a Manchester ale.
Yeah. Bottled October 22, best before October 25. Let's crack this one open.
So it's about 8 months old, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to give your barley wines about, 9 months or so.
Yeah.
Then they're in a good shape,
time.
I think, yeah.
There's me thinking it was going to be a lively one, but it wasn't.
It's behaving itself.
Which is a rarity. So, let's pour this out.
It's quite a light barley wine.
Yeah, it is the incorrect colour for a barley wine.
Looks more, it does actually look a bit more like a West Coast IPA when you look at it. So yeah, you can see, I think we've got, about half. So about a quarter finger, frothy, cream coloured head, ivory colour, fawn, something like that. Yeah, cream colour, I would say. Kind of light to medium amber. Yeah. Little bit of a light kind of natural haze to it. It doesn't have oats or wheat or anything like that in it. Does it say? No, just
wheat, barley, oats. It does say.
It says okay. So it's a New England barley wine.
New England barley wine.
So there you go. Yeah. So
yeah. Also, must be said, ABV of it.
It's quite a low.
It's a lower. It's a session barley wine at 9.3.
Any barley wine's a bit of a session barley wine.
It's really, really light, isn't it?
It's very light. It's quite dry in its aroma as well, isn't it? It's got this really woody. You don't get too much of the bourbon.
No, it almost has like a light tartness to it.
So for me, you can always tell the difference between the American oak and the European oak, because the European oak is slightly drier, and you get a lot of the American oak smoothness and a wee bit of vanilla as well. Yeah, but I'm not getting much of the bourbon spirit.
No. It's the nose is it's an odd. There is definitely an oaky kind of woody note in there. I'm getting all weird kind of notes of watermelon in there, and like
it's almost a little. You know what it's almost like? It's almost like very rare to find, but like a barrel aged West Coast IPA of some description. It's almost kind of like that. I've only ever had that once or twice, and remember it from Japan. It was Shiga Kogen beer. Yeah,
I've had a couple, and like almost like when other things are. Like gin barrel aged and things like that. You tend to get it with like West Coast IPAs, so gin barrel aged.
Gin barrel aged, yeah. Sake barrel aged, yeah.
Yeah, it does smell.
It's got a lot of like, Werther's original butter candy, butterscotchy character, a little bit of white bread.
Lightly earthy, a bit of a floral note. It's
a little bit almost like Maibocky, Hellerbocky kind of thing as well. But you can smell it with the bread, you can smell the density from the wheat and the kind of smoothness from the oat as well. Yeah. You can absolutely get those characteristics from the bread. At 9 months old as well, the hoppy character's going to still be fairly present. Yeah. I would say. So you'd still get quite a wee bit of like... It's not madly pungent, New England barley wine. But it has got a wee bit of a floral...
Yeah.
And a smooth grassy note, I would say.
Yeah. I'm getting that Sabro's coming out a bit more now.
Laurel, where's Laurel from? Is that a French hop?
I think it's also American. I'm fairly sure it's American.
And I'm thinking of Attenum. That's French, isn't it?
I think Attenum's also a Yank hop. I think it's also American.
He's foreign.
We'll dive in though.
I think we do fruitiness. Apricot. I don't get so much orange. Maybe a bit of gooseberry.
No. I definitely get coconut, and again,
coconut.
That kind of weird watermelon note I was picking up initially.
I can see that. Yeah.
I can get that.
It's like those watermelon sweets that you always used to get. Yeah, it's like that. But yeah, no, I think that's it.
Cheers,
Sláinte.
Cheers.
That's not like any barley wine I've had.
I don't taste at all like a barley wine. It tastes like, I'll go down a weird line here, but do you remember Hardcore IPA from Brewdog?
Mm-hmm.
You know how kind of like boozy that was and resinous and things? It's got elements of that.
But it's gone off.
But then it's gone off, yeah.
It's kind of like that.
There's also zero carbonation in it. It's very, very flat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But I mean, barley's beers don't tend to be the most carbonated either, do they? And it's called Nothing to Explain. There's a lot to explain about this beer. Yeah.
Maybe more like Nothing to Expect.
Yeah. But I mean, it's in the base you get the wood, smooth American. I mean, this is the weird thing with this. For me, I always say there's two different kinds of barley wine. The English barley wine, which is a bit more grainy, slightly more roasty in its brown sugary character, and the fruits are a little bit more kind of dry. The American ones, definitely more kind of oily and sweet. The brown sugars are a bit more kind of rounded, if that makes sense, and then you've got more oily, fruity characters. This really is, if I was tasting that blind, I would think that this was like a Hellerbock or a Maibock or something.
It's got also kind of weird notes of a candied orange peel and something kind of Belgian-y, but like... Oh
yeah, because you get that from the kind of rock candy and stuff that they'll put in a triple, maybe. But I don't think I would think this one is a triple. It's a bit too heavy in its mouthfeel to be a triple. Yeah. Because the triple would have more carbonation.
It's a confused ale, is what it is.
Confused ale, yeah.
It's like, it is citrusy, and then that coconut kind of hits on the back end. A bit of like, I'd say orangey candy peel, or candied orange peel, light lemon, slight floral, a touch of spice to it. Malty kind of toffee, like you were saying, where there's original notes before. Yeah. And
like in the middle of the palate, yeah, it's wood, the bread, the wheat, and the oat. The wheat is giving the bread a bit of smoothness. The wheat's giving it a bit of density. The oat's giving it a bit of smoothness. Then above the oat, you've got that Werther's original butter candy. Maybe a very slight hint of like honeycomb.
Yeah.
The hoppy characters, not madly prominent. I mean, it's got a little bit of a floral zip right along the edges of the palate, grassiness round the front curve of your tongue, and then I'm getting what you're saying about the coconut on the front third of the palate. Like you get that coconut base. Yeah. Then you get the kind of orangey peel and the citrusy notes above that.
It's odd, very odd. A strange ale.
It really reminds me of like a Hellerbock or a Maibock or something like that. But in fairness, it does have a wee bit of that. It does have a wee bit of like a triple element to it. Like a bit of apricot for sure in this one. Maybe a bit of like oily pear as well.
Yeah. Weird.
It is weird, yeah. I mean,
very strange.
when you buy bourbon barrel aged barley wine, you do expect something that's a lot darker than that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it even getting much of the bourbon in it either.
Yeah, I mean, even if I think about English barley wine, I don't get much of the spirit at all. I mean, you get some of the wood in the aftertaste. Like, you do get a nice, smooth American oak and vanilla quality in the aftertaste, but it doesn't even, for me, qualify as like an English barley wine at all. It is more Hellerbocky or Maibocky type.
Odd.
Yeah.
Odd.
Confused ale.
Confused ale.
Yeah.
Personally wouldn't bother if you see it about. It's something a bit strange, a bit different. I don't think it knows what it is itself.
I mean, go for Bigfoot or one of the more traditional ones, definitely.
Dry hop barley wine, that's weird. Anyway, see you next one.
Yeah.
Cheers.